The belief that she's outside of your league is a reflection of your internal world. You are feeling inadequate. And you are rationalizing your way out of this inadequacy by projecting it and saying, she's outside of my league.
She's too beautiful.
You can also project it by saying, oh, it's all about good look, it's all about money, it's all about status, right? And I know it's easy for me to say that because I'm good looking, right? But did I look good 10 years ago? No. I looked like shit back then. You know, I didn't have a beard, I didn't have the muscles that I have right now, I didn't have the style that I have right now, I didn't have this haircut. And I mean, you could say this haircut is fucking bullshit. I think it's good, but you know, some women will like it, some women will not like it.
You like it?
I don't like it, I hate it.
Because let's be honest here. Do you think attractive women, all the attractive women, care about good look, money and status? And if the answer is yes, I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Get out of your fucking basement, walk in the streets, and observe the couples. And I am 100% sure that you will see a couple where there is an attractive woman and the man who's next to her is not that good looking. He doesn't have all the money in the world and he doesn't have a high status. Then why is he with her? Why? Right? This kind of observation should make you question your own belief. Because your own belief could potentially be limited. And the limitation of these beliefs is coming from the rationalization of basically you protecting yourself from not feeling the pain of not feeling good enough, of feeling inadequate, of the low self-esteem. Because if you allow yourself to not feel good enough, fully 100% in your body, it's going to be really fucking uncomfortable.
No, it's uncomfortable.
I remember when I worked on my look, and I started to go to the gym, I grew a beard, got a better haircut, better style and all of that. I was still not being able to attract a very beautiful woman. And I remember it was a bit of a shocking experience because I thought it would actually change everything. And it did get a little better, don't get me wrong. But I was still getting flakes from attractive women. I was not really able to have intimate experiences, not even talking about relationships, right? And, you know, I was a little bit like, damn, this is a fucking roadblock and I have no clue what's going on. And that's when I got really, really interested into my internal world. What is going on inside in terms of emotions, in terms of beliefs, in terms of thoughts that I'm experiencing when I'm talking with an attractive woman. And the reality was very painful to watch. You know, it's always very painful. Like when you start to become honest with yourself and you look within yourself, it's very heavy because you start to realize that your internal is a mess, a complete mess. And that's why you're not getting the results you want in your dating life. I was feeling massively anxious when I would talk to a beautiful woman. And I mean, if you know my content by now, you know that the law of state transference is very real. So if you feel anxious next to an attractive woman, she's going to feel anxious too. What is the natural response when you feel anxiety? You want to eject. That's why women fucking leave you when you feel anxious. That's why you keep on hitting that wall. If you feel anxious when you talk to a woman, she's going to reject you. Not because of you, because she feels uncomfortable next to you. That's why she's ejecting, right? So I was feeling super anxious instead of being super relaxed and confident. I had a belief that I was not enough.
I feel inadequate.
I had always some thoughts like, she will never like me. Like if I would talk to a beautiful woman, I had this thought, how can she like a guy like me? Because I had no proof back then. I mean, I never really had an experience with a very beautiful woman. So in my mind, I was like, it's impossible, right? Now, of course, because you have all these thoughts, these emotions, these beliefs, they become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And this is exactly what a client experienced the last few weeks. He was working with this exact problem that I was facing a few years ago. He is actually a good-looking man, but Because he has this belief of not feeling good enough, of feeling super inadequate, he starts to see very beautiful women as like, they are outside of my league. How can they like a guy like me? Even though he's fucking attractive. Imagine. What ends up happening is that he shoots himself in the foot. Even though some of these women are attracted to him, he's going to sabotage the opportunity. And basically, a few weeks ago, he had this opportunity with this very beautiful woman in Los Angeles. And he was about to sabotage the opportunity again. But because he was part of the academy, which is a group coaching program that I have, I was able to catch him off guard and break the pattern.
And I'm always happy to help a man break a bad habit.
And I made him realize that because he doesn't feel good enough, he is not able to see that this woman is actually interested in him. And he was about to text in a needy way. And of course, if you text in a needy way with a woman, she will lose interest, she will lose attraction, she will most likely flake. So we broke that pattern in that moment. And what ended up happening is a very powerful experience where he invited her on a date and they literally spent the whole night dancing, kissing. She went back home with him. They didn't have sex, okay? I'm being fully transparent here. They didn't have sex, but they had a wonderful evening and they're planning to meet this weekend, actually, hopefully. Now he's dealing with different problems with this woman. There's some boundaries that needs to happen, and that's a different roadblock for him. But he has now more control over, okay, I have a part of me that doesn't feel good enough, but it's just a part of me. I am able to see myself as like, okay, I have some value to offer. I can be an amazing guy. I can do this, I can do that, blah, 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 right? He started to have positive self-talk, better beliefs about himself. What about having a belief, I am enough regardless of women liking me or not? How cool would that be to have a belief like this? How powerful would you feel if you would have a belief like this? How fucking free would you feel if you would just feel good enough without anything happening outside of yourself, right? Like any results. Because if you need results to feel good enough, then you are secretly seeking validation. Feeling good enough should have nothing to do with the output that you experience. It should have everything to do with the input that you're creating for yourself. And this is the massive shift that you need to start to go fucking experience in your life. Stop paying attention to the output and actually pay attention to the input that you're actually doing, right? Because you can only have control over the input that you're putting out. The output comes, when the universe is allowing you to receive that, right? You can only have control over the input. So start feeling good about yourself when you go to the fucking gym, when you go to the barber, when you talk to this cute woman, when you do something that feels very loving for yourself. That's when you should validate yourself, not the other way around, my brother. And this is how you start to slowly feel good enough, by paying attention to the input rather than the output. This is what we did with my client, and he has experienced a massive shift. He's now going for what he wants with women. I am pretty sure that I'll be sharing more stories of him having different experience with other women, because he's in a place right now where he doesn't necessarily want to have a relationship. He just wants to, have some fun before entering a relationship. And he's getting there. And let me be fully transparent here. When we started to work together, he was not there. He was feeling super fucking lonely, super insecure. He was in a very bad place when we started. But slowly, after some months of internal work, he started to improve. And now he is actually enjoying this dynamic with this woman. And this can be your reality too, my brother. I hope this video can open your eyes. Thank you for watching. If you want to have access to a free course that is actually going to help you with this, what I just discussed, you can click on the link down below in the description. It's completely free, really, and I teach you the whole framework. It's really like full of value. And thank you. See you, my brother.